Hey, this is Jersey. You're listening to the Garden State.
You're listening to The Garden State, the only New Jersey podcast that gives you all the news you need to hear this week. My name is Josh Sobo.
My name is Josh Chomick.
And behind the camera,
Jimmy Parks.
I feel like we got to work on that intro
You
a bit,
just
boys.
skipped past Jimmy. You didn't even let him introduce you. He was going to say something really nice.
He had like a long pause there, so
No, I every time we say it, I try to think of a different way to say it.
And you never
and every time I think
He
of a
thinks
different way to
about
say
it on the spot.
I go, I think we should just get rid of it. I think we should just get rid of Jimmy.
just don't introduce me anymore. That's fine.
No, we should just find a way where Jimmy could just like slip in there and be like,
Why don't we do a contest, like a replace Jimmy contest?
wait, guys, I thought of such a good idea after Christmas for this podcast, actually. Well, first off, we got to acknowledge that's an amazing idea. Like if you want to replace Jimmy and send us a video and just
like an
share
interview
like
video.
We need like a lot of
Great.
knowledge about New Jersey.
You got to know everything about New Jersey like Jimmy does.
But I was thinking like we should have dressed up, and maybe we could still do this next Halloween or something. But for Christmas, we should have dressed up every week as different characters.
Or like the elf, Santa.
I think it would have been really funny if you and I were Harry and Marv, and Jimmy was Kevin McAllister.
That would have been so cute.
It would have been such a great little balance for the podcast. But hey, guys, welcome back. And we're recording this the week after Christmas weekend, and it's good to be back. It's a little sad that Christmas is over, but before we get into it, before we get into the pod and the mailbag, how was your guys' Christmas weekend?
Christmas was great. I miss it so much.
Wow.
I really do. Josh, your tree's not even lit up right now. It's really sad.
Sad.
It's coming down soon. The way you just said that was kind of like in high school when I had to write an essay and I was getting to the end of it. I just had to say stuff. Christmas was great.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
Should I use the better adjective?
No, I think the words were great, but like what actually
It was
went on at Christmas?
stupendous. You know, just the vibes, just hanging out with family, and there's something about the joy of Christmas in the air. You know it. We talk about it all the time. Like there's that magical feeling in the air that it's Christmas time. Everyone's off from work. Everyone's hanging out. We're gifting each other gifts.
Yeah.
It just didn't snow. That was the only thing we were missing this year.
I'm not gonna lie, I had a little bit of a rough Christmas experience this year.
What happened?
Christmas Eve. Oh, I hate to be a Karen, but Christmas Eve night. Everybody celebrates Christmas different. Some people, Christmas Eve is the event,
Yeah.
and like, I like Christmas Eve. We've talked about that, but my neighbors were partying loud. Like their music was blaring.
The ones right there.
The
that
ones
I'm looking
that
at
I
right
could,
now.
their house is probably 10 feet from my house.
Okay.
And they were blasting like, I don't even know what kind of music it was, but it was wild. And I went full Karen because my wife's pregnant and she was actually sick. And I was dead. Christmas Eve, I was so tired. I fell asleep at like 10:30. I was out.
Wait, before like this all happened, before 10:30, did you have a good time with family? Like, was it a good Christmas Eve before
Yeah,
that?
Christmas Eve was nice. And like Christmas Eve morning, we always do a family brunch at my brother's place. And that was a lot of fun. We played some games. We did Secret Santa. It was so much fun. But my Christmas was marked, and I'm going to tell you why I'm telling you the story. So my neighbors were playing this music. I fell asleep at 10:30. I was so tired. It was one of those nights where they're far and few between for me now, where I lay in bed and I'm like, I'm about to pass out. And it was one of those nights. Wake up at like 11 to my upstairs neighbor stomping around, which is typical, but I'm like, all right, whatever. Fall back asleep. Around 12, and I wake up to the neighbors screaming in the driveway.
Oh my God.
Then at 1:30, I wake up again to their music, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. My wife is like, she's upset because she's awake and she needs sleep. She's pregnant and everything. So I pulled a Karen, guys. I called the cops.
Nice.
I filed a noise complaint.
It's 1:30 in the morning. Like, people have to be respectful.
It was
That's
so
just
loud.
crazy.
But then it got worse.
Oh no.
Because I woke up at 2:30 in the morning after I filed the noise complaint. And the cops, they're not going to like arrest you. They just come flash their spotlight in the house and people turn their music down.
Usually they like knock on doors though, don't they?
Nah, not on Christmas Eve. I mean, like on Christmas Eve, I'm being a Karen calling. People are celebrating.
It's 1:30 in the morning, Josh.
So then at 2:30, one of the guys that lives there, I guess, is like, mind you, our houses are very close together. He's knocking on the basement window to the house.
Your house?
Of their house. And I look out the window, but it sounds like he's knocking on my house. That's how loud it was. Like, because I'm so close to him.
Yeah.
So I wake up and I look out and I'm like, mind you, this is Christmas Eve. I'm trying to get good sleep. I have a whole holiday ahead of me.
Santa's coming.
And
Yeah, true.
I look out and he won't stop. I was like, after the first 3 knocks, I was like, whatever. Then he keeps knocking, and clearly he's stumbling all over the driveway, like he's not in the right state of mind. And then he starts kicking, like kicking the window. And I went out on my porch, and we had words. So that was my Christmas. That was.
Did you find out why he was kicking his window?
I told him to shut up, and he was like, I live here, and I'm like.
I live here too.
Yeah, he's like, and then I realized how drunk he was, and I was like, this is not going to go anywhere. So I just called the cops again.
Did they do anything this time?
I have no idea. I fell asleep. I actually fell asleep at 4:30. It got quieter after that. I fell asleep at 4:30, and Christmas was.
Have you encountered
I was exhausted.
them since?
No, I never even seen these people. They just moved in like 3 months ago, and they ruined Christmas. for me,
Not a good first impression to the neighbors.
Yeah, I don't know if I should have shared all that on the podcast, but to me, it's like it was just so frustrating because I fell asleep at I think 4:30, woke up at 7, and I just was exhausted all day on Christmas. I'm like, there goes Christmas. I wake up and I'm like, it just didn't feel right.
And
so Christmas kind of stunk.
You didn't even catch the big man coming down the chimney when you were up all night, huh?
No, I didn't, and that's the craziest part. Is like maybe it was a Santa kind of thing. Like that was what I was hearing.
Maybe he came at like 5:30 because he knew you were awake.
Arose such a clatter, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what the kid says in the Santa Claus. He's reading the book. No, I didn't watch that movie
Nope.
this year. All right. Well, so sorry about that. Sorry for the long rant to open the pod. Jimmy, how was your Christmas Eve? Christmas.
I had a great Christmas Eve, great Christmas Day. Do you want to hear about my favorite present?
Yeah.
So my mom got me. Well, first, I think my mom's trying to tell me it's time to move out. So she's like, as I'm opening the box, she's like, "This is something for your future house." So
and right now, Jimmy does not have a future house yet.
Not yet. So as everyone knows, I love parks. She got me these glasses, and each one is themed for a different national park.
No way.
They're really, really cool. Like they're very, very, very cool.
Like nice, like drinking glasses.
Yeah, like very nice drinking glasses. They're
Wow.
awesome. And then
So your mom is subtly saying, "Jimmy, move out of my house."
pretty much. And then I put them like on our coffee table for like a day, and then like a day and a half after Christmas, mom's like, "Okay, I'm gonna put these away now." So,
What do you mean, put them away?
So she put them back in the boxes they came in.
She's like, "You're not allowed to use it until you move out."
Yeah, she's like, "Yeah, and now I'll put them in the basement until you get your own house."
Wow.
So she wants me out,
Aw.
Huh. Well,
but
you know, it's
Hey, that's life.
Trying times in the Garden State to get a house, and maybe you'll find the right one. Jimmy.
yeah, I'm trying. I'm looking around.
Well, I'm
If
glad.
anyone's a real estate agent out there, hit me
Well,
up.
we do have some sponsors that have reached out. We could probably find you somebody.
Amazing.
You know, that guy Dukansky sounds like the real thing.
Oh, Rob Dukansky. I hear you go to him if you really want to sell your house, though. I don't know how he is for buying.
He probably knows a guy.
Oh, he definitely knows the guy.
So, well, he is the premier guy. I mean, let's stop giving Dukansky.
Has he reached out to us?
No
Oh.
Dukansky conversations yet. But if he did reach out, I'd be more than happy to throw an ad in the pot for him.
Let us know. I'm down.
So, with that, guys, I'm glad we had a good holiday. We're going into a brand new year, 2023. The world is changing. We're flying at record speed into a new year. And I like this. Thank you for the sound effect.
I got you, bro.
With that, we got. I think it's time we open the mailbag before we get into the news and just hear from our listeners. What do you guys think about that?
Let's hear from him.
Was there anything else you guys wanted to say about Christmas before we got into it? Anything New Jersey related? Did you guys do anything in the Jersey?
Oh, Jimmy and I this weekend we went to Bischoff's.
Yeah,
Did I say it right?
Bischoff's.
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ice cream place.
Yeah, completely forgot. I want to share that. We went to Bischoff's on Monday. It's a super popular ice cream shop in Teaneck, New Jersey, and they're actually closing their doors December 31st for good.
After like 88 years or something, right?
88 years, I think. And
Why?
it's like a super old like soda parlor ice cream shop. Really, really dope vibes inside.
Honestly, probably some of the best ice cream I've ever had.
Bro, the ice cream was phenomenal.
Yeah.
If you guys like know about Bischoff's or like have never been there and you want to take a trip this week, go to Teaneck, New Jersey, check them out. Great ice cream. I had the coffee cookie crisp, I think.
Yeah, and I just had the plain strawberry, which was probably the
fire.
best strawberry I've ever had.
I even had a burger. The food was amazing.
Yeah, I had just a chicken sandwich. The line to get in this place, by the time we left, was like around the corner.
Yeah, we had like a 25-minute wait probably, but like there was people waiting outside because
Yeah.
it's
Why
an
are
old
they?
school
Wait,
joint.
hold on. Why are they closing then? If it's so popular,
I don't know. Well, also I think it's like super popular now because people are going back for the nostalgia. Like it's
But
the
you guys-
last time they're ever going there. But I think COVID really hurt them a lot. That I think I read something about that, but maybe I don't know. Maybe they're just over it after 88 years. I have no idea. I can't give you an actual answer for that. But yeah, really, if you guys have never been there and want some good ice cream,
And
Teaneck, New
some good
Jersey.
other food too.
I had the cheeseburger. What did you eat?
I had the chicken sandwich.
Was it good?
It was chicken sandwich is pretty good.
It was just like one of those spots where it's just like when you're inside, you feel like you're brought back.
Yeah, you
in the day.
don't feel like you're in New Jersey when you're in there.
I told my friends, I was like, I feel like I'm on vacation right now. Like, am I in Jersey? Like, it was such a good vibe, especially during like the Christmas holiday season. I liked it a lot.
Also, we learned that they're dog friendly.
Oh yeah, her friend brought her dog. It was really cool.
while on the topic of ice cream in New Jersey, I actually read that the owner of Nosto's in Newark passed away this past week at 85, and he was the guy.
Was it named after him?
Yeah, his name was Frank Nosto Jr. So I think his father probably, Frank Nosto Jr. on the right. He was the one that built the business into what it is. But I think that he wasn't the guy that founded it because it was founded in 39, so there's no way it was him. But
It was probably
It's a
his father
sad-
then, right?
probably.
Yeah.
Sad week for ice cream in New Jersey, though. Nosto's is great.
Soon enough, we're just gonna have Dairy Queens everywhere, dude. That's
Yeah, well,
kinda sad.
that's probably what they want because all these small businesses are going to die. All right, let's move on to the news. You guys ready for this?
How about the mailbag?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's check the mailbag and see what we got. Hey, you've reached the Garden State mailbag. We are currently tearing our Christmas trees down and throwing them into the ocean. If you want to leave us a message, you can. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. Bye.
What's going on, fellas? Love the pod. Just want to run down a couple great concerts in Jersey. We got Kid Cudi at the Stone Pony. We got Kanye West and Revel and AC.
Amazing.
We got Drake vs. Lil Wayne, PNC. We got Kanye, Jay-Z, Watch the Throne, Atlantic Boardwalk Hall.
Missed that. So
Where's
sad.
that?
And
Boardwalk
we got Jay-Z, I Declare War at the Izod Center.
Ooh.
Throwback Izod Center. Great pod, guys.
Hey, thank you.
Wow. So if you're listening for the first time, last week we talked about our all-time favorite concerts in New Jersey, and I guess this gentleman wanted to share his with us, which is great. And what was I Declare War? That was the title of
That was the Jay-Z Nas tour.
Oh.
Squashing all the beef and all that. So like that was their I Declare War. I don't know if it was a tour or if it was just a show.
Did they have a lot of issues, those two?
There was I don't know my hip hop history well enough, so I'm not going to say anything that I shouldn't say on this pod. But yeah, if you just search I Declare War, Jay-Z Nas, they'll tell you everything you need to know.
Can I just say,
But yeah, Izod Center. shout out.
R.I.P. to the Izod Center.
Yeah.
Bro, that place was. I went there so many times for like Devils games back in the day. Great spot.
You know what we've never thought about? We always talk about American Dream being cursed.
Yeah.
And we've talked about, Indian burial ground. There's all these, Jimmy Hoffa's under there. There's all these conspiracy theories. Maybe it's the Izod Center that's doing it.
It's still living there, right in the middle of it.
Is it still there?
And
Yeah,
you know,
they use it.
You know what it was called before the Izod Center?
Let's say it together. The
Yeah,
Continental Airlines Arena.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yes, sir.
Wait, so I remember the Nets used to play here.
The Devils
The
used
Devils
to play
used to
there too.
play here.
Yeah, man.
And then what? Prudential just put them out of biz?
Basically.
Yep. Prudential came through and then was like, yeah, you guys are small.
Is there any hope for the Izod Center? Could it be a thing again, you think, or never?
Well, they're using it right now for rehearsals for tours.
Oh, really?
So like bands will come in there, set up all their production just to like figure everything out, program, and so it's being
That's pretty
rented
cool.
out. Yeah, they're probably making money through that, but
Probably not as
for
much
shows
as what
now.
they could, but
That's a really cool idea, actually.
It's smart. Yeah, like these huge concerts, they need places to practice and like get things ready. So Izod Center is doing the right thing and just letting people rent them out. So it's pretty cool.
Wow. Well, thank you to that caller for calling in. We were at the Kanye Revel concert with him, I guess. So maybe we were sitting next to him.
Yeah, unless it was a 3-night show, I think. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, with that, if you want to call into the mailbag and tell us something about Jersey or just ask us a question in general, the way to do so is to record a voice memo on your phone. This is, high tech way of submitting a question. Record a voice memo on your phone and then email it to hello@thegardenstate.com.
We got a DM the other day. Did you see it about the people calling in?
No.
Yeah, some guys like, instead of having people send in voice memos, I have a solution. A way for people to call in live into the pod.
We could do that.
And it was a nice comment. I laughed though because I was like, yeah, like we know how to do that, but like this mailbag idea is pretty cool.
We should just let people call the number and leave a message on Google Voice. That works too.
Yeah.
Honestly,
We
that
have
would be,
done that.
that would be the easiest
We
way.
used to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know why we haven't done that yet. We should just switch over. But also, it's just, if you really want to do it, I kind of like how quirky and annoying it is. Like, you got to email it,
Yeah.
record. And I think the recording, I think the intention of the recording originally was you get the chance to record it again if you're like, oh, I messed up. And most people aren't the best at, I think it gets us better content, which is the idea behind it.
Yeah, and also we could screen it.
We could screen
We
it.
don't know what you're going to say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So, speaking of the Izod Center, on Monday night, it took drivers nearly 2 hours to leave the American Dream Mall parking lot.
It's a mess there.
This is exactly what we were talking about before this place even opened. We knew this was coming.
We knew this was coming when it was Xandu, let's be honest.
Xandu.
Well, Joe, remember when we went to the American Dream Mall? It almost took us an hour to park.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's just it's a mess around there, dude. It's awful.
Why was it called Xandu?
I don't know.
Oh, Xanadu.
It's got to be a company name or something. I don't know.
Yeah, some sort of like
Let's
company
look it up. Let's see what the history is with that, because that might be a connection here.
to the Indian burial ground.
Xanadu.
Xandu, they probably cursed the land. That's why this place is cursed.
Yeah, I don't know what the Xanadu connection is, but let's find out what happened on this cold winter night. It said it took over 90 minutes for some people to leave the American Dream entertainment and shopping complex on the day after Christmas. Those who spent the Monday holiday at the mall's restaurants, retailers, and attractions at the Meadowlands complex found themselves in a standstill trying to head out. People were waiting in their cars for so long, many called the police. Some abandoned their vehicles because temps were dropping into the upper 20s. The Lakewood Scoop reported that there were multiple accidents in the parking garage.
Oh, God.
A security guard told the Scoop there was also a problem with the gates. Can you imagine?
Everything's going wrong.
If you don't live in New Jersey, which I don't imagine there's anybody that's never lived in New Jersey listening to this. But New Jersey, for all of our listeners, we have some of the most belligerent drivers ever. Like,
Yes.
people get scary when they're in cars. I can only imagine the scene at this parking garage. People were probably screaming at each other, getting in fights. There were accidents. The gates frozen shut, it sounds like.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
So there are some videos of this. Should we pop one open and
Yeah,
just
pop one up. I want to see what's going on.
let's see if we can just get the gist.
The whole place is a madhouse because the American Dream is massive, and I could just see how congested it must get with all those cars in the parking lot.
Oh my goodness, this is a standstill.
Ill.
Wait, hold on. Do you hear all the honking? People are yelling and honking.
That looks awful,
Here's
bro.
the thing,
Especially the day after Christmas.
on on Christmas Eve, we were driving on Route 24. We passed the Short Hills Mall.
Yeah.
And you guys know how you ever drive past Short Hills Mall right around Christmas?
Yeah, and the line's out into
The
24.
the line is into Route 24.
Yeah.
Which blows my mind. How is that like an accepted practice?
It's so bad. At that point, I'm not even going to the mall. If I see it that packed, I'm like, nah, I'll go back later. I'll go back in the morning when it's empty.
I think it's nuts to first off, who are these people that wait until Christmas Eve to go to the mall?
I'm guilty. I've done it. I've
Oh,
done
really?
it before.
I think I have as well. So
I've done
maybe
it
I
for,
should
I've done it for the vibes. Like once you're in the mall, it's pretty nice. It's warm. There's a million people there.
People are going every direction.
Yeah,
on,
it's
hold
something
on.
about it's cool.
If the prerequisite for a place being nice is that it's warm and there's a million people there,
There's better places than the
There's
mall.
a lot of places you could hit.
It just hits different. Like you really won't understand. But like
I'm sure prison is warm and there's like a million people there this time of year.
guys, but you have freedom at this mall.
That's true.
There's no bars.
Well, unless you're a slave to consumerism.
Actually, like towards the end of the night when the mall's about to close and they bring down those those gates, it's kind of like prison.
That's when it's sad. I don't like that. I don't stay until that late.
Good point, Jimmy.
It's pretty much a jail.
Oh, I also want to say, because you said like people are crazy at driving, I almost got mauled by an old elderly woman
Really?
with a handicap thing in her mirror yesterday.
no.
I was driving my grandmother, so I'm trying to drive safe and not
Yeah.
like freak her out. You guys know Paba. And I'm on Central,
Yeah.
right next ShopRite's on my right, Target's on my left. Some lady, this old lady, she was like so short. She was like, I couldn't even see her because she was below the steering wheel. She just darts left into Central, and you can't make a left there. Darts right in front of me, cuts me off. I slam on the brakes. My poor grandmother like freezes. I thought she was gonna have a heart attack. Baba, if you're listening to this, that was a scary moment. And then this lady just continues to drive past us. She starts speeding away. She's at the green light. Realizes she can't go straight. She starts going reverse on Central. My mom is like looking at me like, oh my God. And this lady's just like, I don't know what happened after that. But guys, I almost got hit like 3 times this past week.
Wow.
The drivers in Jersey have been insane.
Well, we have an overpopulation problem happening for sure. And everywhere I go, I was in Morristown today, bumper to bumper all the way through the town. Like everywhere I go, there's traffic on
Same.
traffic.
I was in
Yeah.
Westfield today, bro. I couldn't find parking for like 10 minutes. There was like a fire in one of the buildings. It was a madhouse.
God.
Yeah, so many fire trucks. I don't know what happened there, but it was crazy.
Oh, when we were talking about Christmas, I didn't even mention my little trip I took this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about your trip.
Took a little trip to Cape May.
How was it?
It was lovely.
Was it very Christmassy?
It was still...
I can imagine.
Yeah, it was still so Christmassy, and there was a lot of people there. And it was great. So I didn't mean to...
Is there a center area like where I remember you went a few years ago and it was like super Christmassy? It's like an area you could walk. There's like shops and stuff. or
Yeah,
no?
it's called Washington Street. It's a main shopping area. But
Is
there's
that by Congress Hall?
Yeah, it's right next to Congress Hall. That whole, all of Cape May goes all out for Christmas. They have a whole parade and everything, but it was a great experience. So Christmas, I made up for the sleep.
Where do you guys go to breakfast, or is that a secret location?
Oh, which the breakfast we had was hotel complimentary breakfast this time, but
it looked really cool wherever you guys.
it was great.
were.
Yeah, that was our lobby of the hotel.
That's
It was
beautiful.
old hotel, but. No, we go everywhere. There's so many good spots in Cape May.
He's not giving up the good ones.
I think Cape May is a terrible place to visit. I'd encourage none of our listeners to go.
Yeah,
there.
Josh had a terrible.
You know why I thought of Cape May? Because you were talking overpopulation. I've been going there for like, I don't know, 15, no, longer than that, probably since 2004 with my family. And it's changed. I'll leave it at that. So
Yeah.
don't go to Cape May. Not worth it.
Yeah, go to Atlantic City.
Yeah, go check out Atlantic City or Seaside Heights.
It's getting better.
Can I use the bathroom real quick?
Yeah, sure. Guys, we are taking this quick little break in the pod for me to promote our merch store, thegardenstate.com, where you can get this fabulous piece of merch that I'm wearing right now and many other shirts. It's how you could support the show. It's how you could rep Jersey. There are so many options. We are also coming out with a few new shirts in the coming months, so go check out thegardenstate.com. You're supporting us, you're supporting the show, you're supporting Jersey, and you will look incredible if you're rocking one of these pieces of merch. So you should definitely go check it out right now. And Josh is back, so we're going to get right back into this thing. Let's do it.
All right, I'm back.
I did an ad read for our website.
Beautiful. Yeah, I guess if you're going to go to American Dream Mall, the time to go is not right around Christmas. We still are yet to go, and we're planning on going shortly.
Do you want to go soon? I really do.
No, we're going when Ryan comes home in January.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Yes.
Yep,
Field trip.
We're going to go eat at Beast Burger.
Sweet.
So, all right, maybe we'll do a little meetup. Story number 2, and this one's, we're taking a bit of a dark turn here. A missing Princeton University student's death has been ruled as a suicide. Did you guys hear about this story?
Yeah, I remember this story when it came out like a month ago, and there were so many speculations. We didn't cover it just because it was like dark. There was not much information to talk
Yeah.
about, but
Horrible.
hearing this now is just horrible. You never want to hear about a suicide.
Especially
Yeah.
around the holiday season.
Yeah.
It says the death of a Princeton University student whose body was found behind a campus tennis court in October has been ruled a suicide. The name is, I don't want to mess up the name, but it's Misrach Iunet. Misrach Iunet was 21 years old and went missing on October 14th after working at Princeton's Terrace Club, an eating club on Washington Road. Following a large search of Carnegie Lake adjacent to the campus, her body was found 6 days later by university facilities employees near the campus tennis courts. When the body of the junior from Ohio was found, Mercer County prosecutor Angelo Onofri said her death did not appear to be suspicious and that there were no signs of injury. The Middlesex County medical examiner, which conducted the autopsy, ruled the death as a suicide. The cause of death was determined to be bupropion.
I could put it right here on the screen.
Yeah, you can
if
throw
you
it
want.
on the screen. It's a prescribed antidepressant for the treatment of major depressive disorders and seasonal affective disorder to help users quit smoking, according to the National Alliance of Mental Illness. So she might have been prescribed this drug to deal with her own depression, but nonetheless, super sad that she, I guess, in essence, overdosed and was found dead. And like Jimmy said, around Christmas time, around the holiday season, the New Year, horrible time of year for her poor family to be dealing with this. Any time of year is terrible,
Yeah.
but it's just this is really tragic.
The family lost her in October, and right now, with the holiday season, they're finding out it was a suicide, which just makes it so much worse.
Well, I wonder if they knew sooner. You know,
Now it just came out then?
I'd wonder if they probably had a pretty good idea.
How long do those autopsies or like those things take to come back?
Probably 4 to 8 weeks or something like that. If they just got it back now,
Yeah.
would be my guess. But I think when you go to a hospital, they probably. I mean, I don't know that she'd go to a hospital because she was ruled dead at the scene. But I don't know how this works. It'd be interesting to talk to a coroner or
Medical examiner.
What's the name of the person for the county that goes and picks up dead bodies? Is it a coroner?
It's a coroner, yeah.
Because they would be the people that they'd know. Which is what an interesting job to get into, right?
I actually went out to dinner once.
You told
Yeah,
us this,
Yeah.
the maggot story.
Yeah,
I
terrible.
don't want to reiterate
Awful.
it for our listeners.
Did you tell it on the pod?
Yeah, he did.
I think so. This was a
He said
while
about the
ago. This was probably
rice.
about a year ago.
Yo, you have to show me that.
She
no,
said,
I think I'm having rice
Oh,
for
the
dinner
rice.
tonight.
Okay, yeah, I remember the
it's-
story.
we'll move
Yeah.
on, but this is this is really sad, and I don't know. I don't really have any other comments on it besides it's just really
More
depressing
and
to
more
think
people
about.
are on meds nowadays for depression than ever before.
Yeah.
Always a reminder to check in on your friends, even if they seem to be happy and all right. Always check in on your friends. You just never know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it opens a larger conversation. I don't want to use this girl's life as the catalyst for the conversation, but what's going on in our culture where so many people are depressed, so many people are on antidepressants, and even like seasonal affective disorder, which I believe is what it's called when in the wintertime, the winter months where you get less sunlight,
Yeah.
people feel depressed. Like that was something I heard of when I was probably in college psychology class or something, but I feel like nowadays everyone I know tells me they have that. And like I don't know. I don't know. I think a lot of people self-diagnose with some of these things, but a lot of people are dealing with it. So it's like, why is it getting worse and worse and worse?
And I mean, I'm definitely not a doctor or anything, but I know for me, and I've heard people who are respected in this psychology field say it, that just spending time outside like really does make a huge difference. Spending like an hour outside a day is like equivalent to taking so much of an antidepressant. And
Yeah.
I know for me personally, being outside is like really what drives me. So
Yeah.
whenever I'm having like a bad day or something, just going for a walk or something always makes me feel better.
Yeah.
That's a good word, Jim.
I listened to that'll preach. I listened to this guy. I've been listening to him for a few years now, Andrew Huberman, maybe a year or two now, and he's a professor at Stanford University, the medical part of the university, and he talks about sunlight viewing in the morning and how it regulates your circadian rhythm, and like viewing, just getting sunlight in your eyes and on your skin, it's so necessary. But most people don't, and that doesn't cure depression, but it also, I mean, it fixes your sleep. It helps in so many different ways. And there is definitely something to getting sunlight. I mean, when you look at, I think it's Alaska, parts of Alaska where they have seasons where it's dark 24/7. And that's, I mean, I don't have data on this, but I've heard that's where there's really high suicide rates.
Yeah.
And you need sunlight. I think you need to get social interaction. I think when it's dark out, you're less likely to, you come home from work at 4 or at 5 and it's dark, it's been dark for an hour already. You're like, oh man, I'm just going to throw a Netflix show on and pack it in. I said to Shelby recently, in the summertime, if it's like 5 o'clock, we'd be like, let's go to a park. Let's go for a walk. Let's go get ice cream. But in the wintertime at 5 o'clock, I mean, we're recording this right now.
It's 4:54.
4:54. It's dark out.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to go out. I just want to like literally make dinner and then put a movie on. But it's just the wintertime really is like hard for a lot of people. Me personally, I think fitness helps me with all this. Like I need to go to the gym. It fixes my brain. But I don't know. Maybe everybody's different, I guess.
We're also past that point in the year. The days are starting to get longer now.
Yes.
Yes, it's a good sign.
Which is the one bright side of this time of year being over.
Yeah.
Oh, literally bright side of this time of year being over. Isn't December 21st the hump?
Yeah.
So we are 7 days into the decline of this slope of days are going to begin getting longer now.
Yeah, they've already started, I think, by like a minute or two a day. So that's great.
It's really awesome.
You guys have until June 21st.
Yep. And then we start the whole process over
We
again.
go right back.
So if you're someone listening to this and you're hearing us talk about suicide or talk about depression and you are dealing with some heaviness this time of year, I hear people that many big podcasts will get. We don't get messages like this, but you'll hear people on YouTubers pages or podcasts that'll be like, "Oh man, this helps. This has helped me so much. You have no idea." Well, if you want to call the suicide prevention hotline, if this is something you're dealing with, the first thing we'd say is your life means a lot more than you probably even realize. But if you'd like to call, the number is 988. Which is crazy. I didn't even know that's.
I didn't even know that. So it's just 988.
Instead of like 911, you can call 988.
Wow.
And they'll help you. They'll help you get in touch with the right people. It's a complicated topic to work through and we're trying to figure it out as a culture. It just seems like things are getting worse and worse. So if you're in that spot, and this is a tough time of year for you, call the number. Remember that spring is just a few months away. I was just thinking about this. We've reached like I said, the mountaintop of this winter time. I mean, winter just began, but spring, the sunnier days, the green trees, it's all coming quick.
Flowers.
Yeah.
Harry, I've reached the top.
Love it. That's the perfect segue into our next story, a Home Alone quote. Speaking of movies, Josh Chomick,
Oh,
Netflix is finally unveiling its $848 million plan for Fort Monmouth, New Jersey.
I think a lot of people are stoked about this, dude.
Yeah, and we reported on this months and months ago when they were just bidding on the property, and now we're at a point where it's becoming a reality.
They locked it up. It's happening.
Netflix has detailed its vision for a sprawling megaparcel in Monmouth County involving 12 sound stages at an East Coast production facility offering more than 1,500 permanent jobs.
Wow.
That's great. On Wednesday, the board of the Fort Monmouth Economic Revitalization Authority approved a purchase and a sale and redevelopment agreement with Netflix for nearly a 300-acre property at Fort Monmouth, which was decommissioned over a decade ago. So
1,500 jobs.
Yeah, and the photos, the renderings of this look pretty cool. It's going to be these massive studios coming to Jersey, and
Just like in the middle of Monmouth County.
which is awesome. I mean, why is this becoming a thing? Well, New Jersey was the original Hollywood, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of movies were shot in New Jersey, and now we're going back to our roots. We're going to be having your favorite Netflix show filmed right here in our own backyard.
Also got that. What happened to that Bayonne one? Are they actually making that one? Remember
That's
we
a good
recorded on
question.
that?
Yeah.
Josh, look up Bayonne movie studio because that was going to be like the biggest in like the East Coast, I thought. It's not Netflix, but it's a movie studio.
The last article, on September 28th, they talked about Bayonne's massive 1888 studios redevelopment to begin construction next year.
Oh, cool.
So we're going to have like all kinds of film being made in New
Yeah.
Jersey.
All these celebs are going to be coming through to the Garden State, guys.
So there is I believe, a tax credit offered from the state.
Yes.
The Film and Digital Media Tax Credit Program. And this is why studios are coming to New Jersey. It's actually good for business. There's incentive for film business to come to New Jersey, which is kind of random. I feel like there's so many other things that we could get, but I'm not going to complain about it. I mean, we need some good businesses in New Jersey, obviously. So more jobs for locals, and that's going to be great. Any thoughts on that, Chocho, before we move on?
On the flip, we are taking 300 acres of land and putting up more buildings, more warehouses with these sound stages. I get it. It's providing jobs, but like, is this what we want in the Garden State? Like we're always like talking about how we don't want warehouses going up left and right, but look what Netflix is doing. They're building this mega studio in Monmouth County out of nowhere. It looks cool. I like it. I'm stoked for it, but like, are people in Monmouth County happy about it?
I think if I lived in Monmouth County, I'd feel different because I think, of course, it's going to bring some new challenges, like traffic will be increased for sure.
Yeah.
And and then if you're trying to buy a house in Monmouth and they're going to have 1,500 new individuals, probably from out of state or from other areas, move to that area, it's going to be a great time for somebody to build some apartment buildings.
And then you have to remember you're going to have all these movie stars and stuff. Maybe they want to buy a house out here, so it might drive up home prices for you and me.
Wait, go back to that photo, Josh. I have a question.
Yeah.
Scroll up to the. Oh yeah, go to the. Okay, keep going down. My bad. Yeah, this one. See how there's like people walking around?
Yeah.
Is this gonna be open to the public? Like,
No,
can we just walk around this place?
I think that's just a film set.
Okay.
So like,
It would be cool to be able to take like tours and stuff in there. I wonder if they'll like offer that.
I'm sure the Garden State could get a tour.
Oh, bro, if we can get that connect, that'd be so
Netflix
cool.
Connect. Wait, what if we get the
I don't
Garden
even
State
subscribe
on
to Netflix right now.
Don't say that.
I don't.
I know I steal Netflix from someone too, but
They're gonna get rid of that soon. By the way,
my mom told me the other day.
Yeah, not good news.
what's that?
Like you can't password share Netflix in 2023. So if you're like using someone else's account, they won't let you log in.
Netflix is hemorrhaging money right now. From what I understand, subscriptions are way down. They got to figure something out.
Do you subscribe to Netflix?
Yeah.
Well, this $800 and whatever $1 million studio is the answer to all their problems.
Maybe we'll have to find out.
Do you guys remember when Netflix started? Do you remember like the
Yeah.
plan where you could choose to have like DVDs
Yeah.
brought to your house? Do they still do that?
Oh, I
technically
think
can, I
far
believe.
out they do.
No, I think you actually can get I heard recently that you can. I mean, my brother was early on Netflix. I remember him getting DVDs in the
That's
little
crazy to
square
me.
envelopes. Those little red envelopes sent to the house.
So I just looked it up. Yes, your plan will still include access to both DVD and Blu-ray formats.
But that's not everyone's plan, right? Is that like the basic plan, or you have to have like? I remember it used to be an additional plan.
I think it's got to be additional.
That's
Yeah, and
crazy.
actually, yeah. Complete your
Who's
Netflix
getting
experience
DVDs?
with DVDs. It's only $14.99 a month.
I'm not
for
gonna lie,
2
guys.
discs at a time.
Through this Christmas season, I thought I want to get a DVD player.
Why?
Because there's so many movies, and every movie's on a different streaming platform. You gotta
That is
rent it, or
annoying.
like it's like I just would rather I'm gonna watch Home Alone 1 next year. I don't want Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for Disney Plus to watch Home Alone.
I got an idea.
Yeah.
Instead of going back to DVDs, if we're gonna just go backwards, let's just go straight to the VHS.
Yeah,
It's not bad
Just
idea.
for the nostalgia of like what it looks like.
I could 100%
I
get
miss
behind that.
rewinding.
Yes.
I
I
really
hated that. It gave me so much anxiety.
Oh, as a kid, I loved pressing that button, hearing the sound of it
Yeah.
like rolling.
And when it sounded like it would get faster and faster, and then it would
Yep.
go, and it would stop.
When I was a
Yep.
little kid, I was like, it's like an airplane taking off. Dude, it would get so loud.
I remember rewind fees. If you brought something back to Blockbuster, you didn't rewind.
Bro, I completely forgot about that. I used to be terrified as a kid. I'm like,
Bad times.
Mom, we have to rewind this thing.
When did streaming really become? When did it like start being a thing?
I
Like on
feel like
Netflix?
2009.
What was the release
I
date
think it
of
had to be
Netflix?
later
Can you
than
look
that.
that up?
I remember when I was in college watching shows on Netflix. So it had to be
2007 is when streaming started on Netflix.
really.
Yeah.
At that point, was it just like a thing that only certain people did? Like,
Yeah, it sounded like in 2007, Netflix began offering subscribers the option to stream some of its movies and television shows directly to their homes through the internet.
Were you guys big Red Boxers?
yes, love
No,
Redbox.
never
I remember
Redbox.
I never did it, but I
think my
remember
parents
that
still
so
use
many
it.
people did it. Really?
I think they do. Yeah,
I
'cause there's
see
one
that shop, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, all right. Well, let's move on to the next story. So this next one is regarding the holidays. With the holiday season coming to a close, New Jersey residents can recycle their Christmas trees.
Don't throw out your Christmas tree. Recycle it.
Yeah. So every year we all do the same thing. If you have a real tree, if you're a true American, you get a real tree.
You burn it.
You take we
It's
burn.
actually illegal in New Jersey.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I used to burn it every year,
That's
dude.
very illegal in New Jersey.
Why?
Open burning laws and
I
stuff.
didn't
Yeah.
All right,
Don't do it. Don't
I
burn your
didn't burn.
Christmas
I
tree.
didn't burn a Christmas tree. I'm just kidding, guys.
Well, that one year when we did burn the Christmas tree, dude, it was scary how fast that thing lights up because it's so dry. You light just a little square inch of it, and the thing is in flames. And seconds.
I take it back. I'm not kidding. We actually used to burn our Christmas trees because it's on my Instagram. We used to post photos. Bro, we used to burn this thing. The fire was massive.
It was massive.
The open burning of Christmas trees is prohibited by New Jersey Administrative Code NJAC. Hold on.
And it's dangerous. Like
Yeah.
I remember my shed almost like turned on, like caught on fire because
Yeah.
it got so hot.
Yep.
NJAC 727-2.
Oh, thanks, Jim. Now I know I'm never going to burn a Christmas tree again.
So let's talk about recycling trees, guys. The Jersey Shore. Well, actually, let me step a step back here. So as the holidays begin to wrap up and another year begins, folks across New Jersey will soon deal with the daunting task of taking down the holiday decorations and tossing out the live, most likely dying or dead, Christmas tree. But don't throw the tree to the curb or in a dumpster. There's an opportunity for Christmas trees to keep on giving even after the holidays. The Jersey Shore beaches, shorelines, and marshes are moving around where the challenge of erosion can threaten houses and nature preserves, said Tim Dillingham, Executive Director of the American Littoral Society, which deals with conservation on our coastline. He said that Christmas trees can be recycled into living shorelines and coastal protection. The trees are put into cribs called bush box barriers, and stacked on their sides. He explained by doing this, the trees can create a barrier to waves that are eroding the shoreline. Jimmy, you got any info for us on this? What is exactly happening with it? Let's say you take a Christmas tree to a beach. What's going on with it?
So I've seen this done in Island Beach State Park before. They put a bulldozer through the dunes with a plow on the back of it, so it just made like a trench through the dunes, and then they had a bunch of volunteers put all these Christmas trees into these trenches, and basically the wind would blow the sand, the needles and branches of the Christmas tree would trap that sand and pretty much expedite the growth of a new dune.
Wow.
It was pretty cool to see. I went back a few months later and you could just barely see the tops of the Christmas trees poking out.
Wow.
How many trees do you think they got?
Island Beach State Park got like 8,000 trees that year.
8,000.
Yeah, like there was huge piles of
That's
trees.
awesome.
It was the biggest pile of Christmas trees I've ever seen in my life.
Were you part of like the volunteering process? Nice. And how long did it take you guys? Like, what were you actually doing?
I helped unload all of the trucks that came with these Christmas trees. So
Wow.
it was just like, you know how long Island Beach State Park is. There was traffic like out. So where the drop-off point was all the way at the end of the island.
Wow.
And into like Seaside, there was this huge line of traffic of people like coming in.
Hey, people wanted to recycle their trees.
Yeah.
And this is what happens in Jersey.
And then you got all these volunteers who like drove their trucks out onto the beach to like transport the trees from the pile out onto where they were needed in the dunes.
So does that last a while with like the dune replenishment?
Yeah, once it builds up, it'll last for a little while, and then it all depends on the winds and where the winds are coming from, and if you have high tides and the tides go against the dunes and stuff. But
It's pretty cool.
it's really cool.
So some info for Point Pleasant residents. You can leave your tree at the curb and the Point Pleasant DPW will come pick them up. So I guess they collect them for the purpose of this. But if you are not a resident of that area, you can go to the Littoral
American Littoral
Society
Society.
website, which is littoralsociety.org, and find out where you can take your Christmas tree. And you can make the beach just a little bit nicer this summer. And boys, summer is coming.
My question is, Josh, maybe you explained it reading it, but I wasn't following. What's that photo of the trees in the water? What is that?
In the dune, not the dunes.
It's not the dunes. Like they were in
bay.
the bay. Jimmy, do you know what that is?
That could just be kind of like erosion control. I don't know. I really don't know. I've only seen it down in the dunes.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's the same concept. You're just throwing something in there to help build up the erosion. I think it's so interesting. Like if you take 1,000-foot view of us as a culture, that we are, our beaches just want to like die so bad. They want to erode so bad. And we're like, nah,
We're just stopping it.
We're like, we're going to bury a Christmas tree and keep you
We're
here.
going to pump sand
I mean,
constantly.
The whole problem with all this is we really probably wouldn't care unless we built right up to the edge of the water, right?
That's a good point.
We would just let it go its natural course. It would build up in some places and then go away, and it would happen all the time.
I'd love to see what the Jersey coastline, like if someone could do a map of New Jersey, if we stopped doing erosion control, what areas would be gone, what areas would, like I know there's a whole part of Cape May that's under the ocean.
Yep.
That used to be a little town.
Yeah. West Cape May.
I think it's kind of interesting that we fight so hard to. I don't know. Not that it's a negative thing. I just think it's kind of funny.
I think you also have to look at what we've done over the years. Like, I know on Seaside, there used to be a natural inlet that separated Island Beach and like Seaside proper, but that was all filled in with sand way back in the day.
Wow.
So,
And what, the new inlet replaced it?
no, there was always that inlet down there, but there used to be another one like right at the entrance to Island Beach State Park.
Oh,
Yeah.
right there. I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's really cool.
All right.
Yeah, look at the 1930s aerials. It'll show you it all.
True. You did show me that really cool website.
All right, let's move on to the next story. A New Jersey woman has been accused of murdering her husband on Christmas Day. So a New Jersey woman accused of killing her husband on Christmas Day was arrested in connection with his death, authorities said.
Wow.
Mary Lou Wigglesworth, which
You have to say it. You have to say it.
she sounds like a who from Whovesville.
Wigglesworth. Interesting.
Mary Lou
No disrespect.
Wiggleswoo. Mary Lou Wigglesworth, 51, allegedly killed David B. Wigglesworth, who was found suffering from a gunshot wound inside their Mays Landing home around 10:20 p.m. on December 25th, according to a news release from the Atlantic County Prosecutor's Office. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Wigglesworth was arrested on suspicion of murder and sent to the Atlantic County Justice Facility. It is unclear if she has been formally charged, and it's unclear if she has retained an attorney who could speak on her behalf. So I guess we should be saying this is all alleged information. We don't officially know what happened, but I guess they're drawing a conclusion here based on the context clues. The couple shared an adult son, Dave, according to the WPG Talk Radio. And on their respective Facebook pages, the Wigglesworths appeared to be a happily married couple with photos of them both smiling on the beach, celebrating St. Patrick's Day, and even posing together in front of Philadelphia's love sign earlier this year. So
Jeez.
horrendous, and you just never know what's going on in somebody else's house.
Oh, yeah, dude. On Christmas, bro. What happened? What happened that Christmas night that she had to shoot him? Oh, my gosh. Such a dark story.
It is very dark. And I mean, I'd love to see, this is a People magazine article.
There's like a million articles I dug up.
I'm going to go on Facebook, though, because when in doubt, read the Facebook comments. Oh, I'm not logged in. All right, I'm not going to be able to do that right now, but I would love to see what people are saying in the comments, like what else was going on with this family, because there's always some tea that.
Well, they say
spill.
he was in politics.
Yes, I was going to read that. Oh, actually, let me get to that part before we read into the comments. It says, before his death, David Wigglesworth was active in local politics, having unsuccessfully ran as a Republican for the Township Committee in 2019 and also served as a chair of the Planning Board, NJ 1015 reports. So the couple shared actually, I skipped over that before. So, yeah, that's correct information. And I don't know. Why is the question, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Like, why on Christmas?
We're going to need some inside info here from like a connect.
Mays Landing?
Yeah.
I actually,
Jimmy, don't say you know this guy.
someone I work with went to high school with a Wigglesworth, and he was going to look in his yearbook because he wanted to see if it was this guy.
What?
Yeah.
Was it? Did you get any information?
I don't know. He's from down Mays Landing, though, so
Oh
it's
my gosh.
possible.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. New York Post actually has a lot more photos on the article. They look like a really normal, happy couple. Like, I would
That's
never
why, man.
think.
You can't go by social media anymore.
Yeah.
You don't know what people are hiding. You don't know what kind of baggage these people got. Ooh, comments.
So here's the New York Post comments. You're always just pure juice. Like pulp.
Juice.
Like
Extra pulp?
extra pulp juice.
Wow.
Someone named Montana commented, "There's more to this than we're reading." 53 likes. Oh my gosh. Some people are dark in these comments. I'm going to skip over it.
Can you read that one? Oh, yeah, we can't read that. No, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, these are some really dumb comments. Wow.
That's the internet, dude. People hide behind a computer screen. Just type whatever they want.
Someone commented, "Never resolved a domestic dispute with one of my many guns in my house. I'm in my 70s. Like, we're all supposed to go, wow, this guy. Oh, boy.
Wait, what did he say?
He said he's never resolved a domestic dispute with one of my many guns in my house. I'm in my 70s.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Let's see what people reply
Bro,
to that.
why are you commenting that?
So, I don't know. He wants to pat himself on the back, I guess. The Oh my goodness. It says the bumper stickers say Jersey girls don't pump gas, but they do pump bullets. That's really dark.
Josh, get out of the comments, dude. Get out of these comments, dude.
Yeah. People are really, I love reading comments because you just start to see, you get in the minds of these residents in the New Jersey, New York area. And it's a dark place. So this is really sad. And the person I'm most sad for is Dave, the son,
yeah.
who has to now, his mom's going to jail, his dad's dead. And that's horrible. Very, very horrible. So with that, we actually have another story that's kind of similar, but not really, involving a shooting. Should I move on to the next one?
Dude, during the holiday season, there's been so many, like, I was just going through article after article of people getting shot or, like, people hey, dude, the holiday season is dangerous.
I think it's a really hard time for a lot of people.
I think you just
really is.
Your family comes around and you have to, you have to hang out with your family.
Shut up.
No, I'm joking, but I'm also serious. So many families have issues. Like people
Yeah.
have like endless conflict in their families, and the worst comes out of people. I think around the holiday, the best comes out of people, and the worst also does.
Oh, yeah.
The best does because people feel generous, they feel loving, but also the worst comes out because people hang out with their families, and a lot of people just got issues. So
Yep.
It's really sad.
I heard this guy one time say, every family's got crazy, and if you don't think yours does, it's you.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah, so.
That's a great quote.
All right, last but not least, this article, a manhunt has begun for a new Milford, New Jersey man who shot a woman 3 times this past week.
Josh, what is this segment called? You want to just lead us into it?
Our criminal of the week?
What didn't you say you were going to call it? Something?
Oh, man, I was trying to think of, like, in the same way there's Panda Watch.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be like Criminal Watch.
Oh, okay.
So this is our New Jersey Criminal Watch of the week.
This guy's on the loose, and he's dangerous.
You have seen James Allendale. He's a 61-year-old ex-con, also known as James Allen, is considered armed and dangerous, authorities said. Anyone who sees him or knows where to find him is asked to dial 911 immediately and not try to approach him.
Stay away.
So Allendale is accused of shooting Cynthia Greco of New Milford 3 times at 113 Lincoln Ave shortly before 5:30 on December 27th. The home is owned by Allendale's girlfriend, Lisa Dolak, who's friends with Greco. They'd worked several years together at what is now Hackensack Meridian Health. Greco, who just turned 63 on Christmas Day, ended up at a 7-Eleven on Broadway on Route 4 off the corner of Fairlawn Parkway and Fairlawn, nearly 2 miles from the home. It wasn't immediately clear whether she or someone else had been driving. She was rushed from there to Hackensack University Medical Center with the injuries that a source with direct knowledge of the incident told Daily Voice aren't life-threatening. So I guess
so
she's
she
gonna
got
live.
shot, drove to 7-Eleven, and that's where
Yeah.
she got picked up because she couldn't drive any further. Am I reading that right?
That's what it sounds like.
And I'm a little
know.
confused by the relationships going on here. So the guy who shot her,
Yeah.
they
Allendale.
were at his girlfriend's house.
So James Allendale's hanging out with his girlfriend
And this
Lisa
chick.
Dolak, and
Okay.
Lisa's friend is Cynthia Greco, the lady that got shot. So
So something got a little nasty.
some family issues. It sounds like here. Not
they
family
family?
issues.
Yeah, let's say-
more like your girlfriend's friend. And so he shot her
man.
3 times, and he's on the run. But they're gonna find him. There's no way this guy gets away.
No.
He looks like
He's got a. Oh yeah, he actually he had the pickup with the plow, but he abandoned it
he did.
in Patterson.
Is that what it said?
I believe so.
There's a 7-Eleven.
Yeah, right there it says Patterson.
Oh, yeah. It turns out he'd fled in a white Dodge Ram pickup truck with a snowplow on the front, which responders said was found overnight Wednesday, December 28th in Patterson. Wow.
And then at one point they thought he went into the Passaic River, but he
On
could be
Dec-
in the Passaic. Just
On
we haven't found him
December
yet.
28th, he was in the Passaic River. Doubt.
He might have killed himself, right?
Oh, I guess. I mean,
Unless he had a boat or
he
something.
could have.
Little raft.
I thought you meant he jumped in the Passaic River.
Wait, December 28th is today.
Yeah,
That's
it's
today.
today.
Oh, wow. So this is fresh. This dude could be outside right now for all we know.
He could be coming to our podcast studio to tell his side of the story.
Oh, my gosh.
Do you think the New York Post has an article on this that we could find?
If you search his name.
No, I'm seeing an article from News 12 Bronx. Let's see if we got any comments over here. No, nothing.
The Wanted poster is pretty sick.
He looks like Bruce Springsteen in the Wanted poster.
It's pretty good looking, actually. It's Good. It's a good mugshot. He's smiling.
He's smiling in his because he was previously arrested, but that might not be a mugshot. That might just be driver's license. Remember?
Oh, true. Can never. Hey, we learned that. We learned that like last year. Remember?
Yeah.
That was like one of our first stories we covered.
So with that, if you see him, call 911. Let him know, and
He will be going to jail
yeah, he's
Yeah,
going
he
to jail.
will.
if we catch him.
Yep, absolutely.
Unless he's in the Passaic River right now. So I don't know.
We'll find out. And with that, this is our last podcast of 2022.
Wow.
Can we reflect a minute?
Put it in the books.
What a year. Honestly,
Yeah,
what a year.
yeah.
That's all I have to say. What a year. Guys, we are on episode 47 right now. Can you believe that?
The first week of January, you and I sat down and I said, I want to cast some vision for where the Garden State could be this time next year.
Yeah.
And at that point, we didn't really have any. We didn't have an actual podcast. We were just filming clips at that point, and we just started posting on TikTok. And I think we had like 5,000 followers right around this time last year.
Yeah.
And here's what I wrote down. I saw it the other day. Let me pull it back up, and I'll read you
This is really deep.
the power of goals and vision setting. So hold on. Where is it here? So I might have deleted it. I took a picture of, so here's the 2022 goals.
He wrote it on his whiteboard.
It says 222,000 followers on TikTok.
We far exceeded that. We're almost at 300.
Josh, do you want to see what the current number is as
We're
of
going to do
today?
a current TikTok number standing at the moment. I'm loading the page. We are at 292,000.
Wow, so-
almost 293.
We might hit 300 by the new year.
Yeah.
So we've beat that by about 70,000.
That's crazy.
We had
No, let me just say, when you wrote that number, I was kind of like, oh, Josh, that's kind of a stretch, bro. Like, I'll be happy with 150,000. Like, I'll be happy. That's a big number.
I remember wanting 200, and then I said, no, let's make it interesting. 222. There were 3 bullet points. That was the first one, 222 on TikTok. Daily uploads, which we've smashed that goal thanks to Josh Chomick being the editing mastermind.
Yep.
Who's that?
You've really crushed it. We've posted hundreds of videos now in
So
a year,
insane.
which is crazy to think about. And then the last bullet point was weekly uploads, which would be our podcast. And we've also been doing this pretty consistently. So
We only had 3 off weeks, I believe, this year. And one of those off weeks, Jimmy actually took it for the
Yeah.
Jimmy Parks report. So we technically just missed 2 weeks out of the year, which
Yeah.
is I'm actually proud of us for that. That's crazy.
And our 1-year anniversary of full length podcasts was on January 21st, or will be on January 21st.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
I want to see when that goal was written on that whiteboard. I want to see if I could find the actual photo. It might have been even December when I wrote that.
Yeah, I think it was around December, Josh. I'm trying to
Let
think.
me see. Well, regardless,
Do we want to talk about what goals we want to set for next year? Or?
yeah.
How we're going to take over New Jersey, that one?
Yeah, that one.
I mean, I began reflecting on what those goals could be.
Yeah, I didn't really think about this yet.
I have some I guess some goals, but I need to really sit on it over these next few days as we go into the new year to kind of figure out, where are we going? What's the vision here?
We have to talk about the company dinner.
Yes.
Yes, we
Christmas
are going to
party.
have Christmas party.
So we're going to have a January Christmas party with the company. That's
But
coming soon.
I'm trying to find this photo, but I can't find it. So I'm just guessing that it was probably late December, early January that took place. And it was right around this time last year, actually. Interestingly enough, December 27th of last year. Listen to this. December 27th last year, I said we should film a review of a diner.
Wow.
And you and I went to the Summit Diner, Chomick, and we posted it that day.
That's
So a year ago
crazy.
yesterday, we went to the Summit Diner, and the rest is history.
Do you know how many diners we hit this year?
It has to be like 20, my guess would be 22, something like that.
I'm on TikTok right now. Sorry.
You added all of them to the playlist?
20. I think I missed. Oh, yeah, because they're up here. Yeah, we're around 24.
Wow.
So that's pretty much a diner every 2 weeks.
Wow.
A little bit less.
Something like that, yeah. But hey, to way more diners in 2023 for sure.
Absolutely. I just want to say this has been an amazing year, fellas, and I believe 1 year of work, and we've seen some amazing things happen. I think we're just getting started. So the vision for 2023 is big. I've been on my journey to Cape May. Cape May Shelby makes fun of me. When I go to Cape May, it's like I download so much inspiration. I don't know what it is. It's when I go there, I have so much, the creative juices start flowing. So there's vision. I have some ideas that we'll lay out at the company year launch meeting that we're planning.
Separate from the dinner.
Well, that is
It's going to be like a suit, like black tie event.
yeah.
Dinner.
So
We're renting out a spot.
we're gonna rent out a spot and just talk through where we're going. And I have some very lofty goals for 23.
I can't wait to discuss that, Josh.
So with that, thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for your support. If you bought a piece of merch this year, thank you for that support. Hopefully you're not tired of us yet.
I want to thank like everyone for their awesome like DMs that they've been sending us and all the comments.
Yeah.
We get so many really nice DMs from you guys, and I try to read them all. I try to respond to them all. So if I haven't got back to yours, I'm sorry, but like, thank you guys so much for your. There's just been so many kind words like that people like listening to us. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's been an amazing year, and New Jersey residents get a bad rep for being thick-skinned. I mean, not thick-skinned, being like kind of tough and rude. But we've only experienced a lot of kindness from people. And the thing about Jersey is we're proud to be New Jersey residents. If you're from Jersey,
yeah.
Definitely.
even when you hate things about the state, you just kind of like love it in a
them.
weird way. So
I want to give a shout out to Ashley Julia. She DM'd us yesterday saying, my fiance and I moved to Jersey in August, and we don't even know what channel the news is. We just listened to the podcast. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was like the coolest comment.
it's good to know that a couple of knuckleheads in my living room could produce news content for the state of New Jersey.
We're trying to we're trying to be more legit. We're trying to get better.
Well,
We
this is
will.
why we are. It's an opinion. This is an opinion. This would be an op-ed column
Yeah.
if it was in the New York
Yeah.
Post or the New York Times. We're not objective journalists writing. We're just reading articles that already have a bias on them from like 1015 or NJ. Like everybody has a bias, so you got to filter out 2 layers of bias just to get the news from us.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, we're just trying to give it to people straight. Like we can admit when we're wrong. We get emails all the time from people that are like,
A lot of people are mad at us,
I
yeah.
cringed when you talked about X, Y, and Z. It just was so bad. And it's like, yeah, I know, but that's kind of what you're buying into. We didn't go to school for journalism.
That's what most people are reading it as.
Isn't it amazing how many kids go to? This is so funny to me. How many kids go to school for marketing or journalism, and they want to build these big things? And not that this is something like it's like we still have full-time jobs, but like the impact of how many. Can you go on TikTok right now and see how many views we got? I mean, and most of these views would be in the last 12 months, pretty much, because we started like in December, pretty much. See if you can get the stats all time on how many views our news stories have reached.
I can't
feel
see
like-
all time on TikTok,
I
which
feel like
really
though this
stings.
has to be a resume. Like if we wanted to go work for CNN, Fox, MSNBC, one of those big companies, to be able to go, hey, look, we've produced content
sure.
that has been seen, like 10 million times?
Yep.
No, way more than 10. Look, on this last 60 days, I can only see 60 days on TikTok. I can't see more, but it's 5.8 million views.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
But the funniest thing about that is it's 5.8 million views, but that's 10 million. It says negative 10. We're down 65% from the previous 60 days.
Wow. So we
we're
had
minus 10 million views from the previous 60 days.
so we had 16 million views from July to September, that means.
yeah.
So we've probably done if those numbers are hold true, we probably had like 80 million views on this then.
Oh, yeah, it's absolutely like in the past 7 days. Yesterday alone, which is crazy, we had 804,000.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Because the
That's
Edison story is
ridiculous.
nearly 1 million.
I don't even know how to process those numbers. They don't make sense to my brain. But think about the fact that millions and millions of people have seen this thing.
Yep.
And we just started just for fun. And
It means a lot. It's crazy.
blows my mind. So I think
We're all in this together. Thank you guys. Like I'm speechless when I think about it.
yeah, to me it's kind of hilarious because it's just a hobby for us.
Yeah.
So-
47 episodes. That's a lot of. We've talked to each other for longer than 47 hours about New Jersey.
Yep.
Wow.
If you want to like do the math, it's kind of crazy.
It's a long time.
We've done 2 straight days of conversation.
And people listen to it, so thank you
Thank
guys.
you.
Wow. Well, with that, like the guys just said, thank you to everybody that listens. Excited for 2023. We hope you have a happy and healthy new year. You know what?
Be safe.
You know what? I think we got to leave one habit in 2022. We got to leave one thing in 2022 that we began here in the month of December, and that is a little closing music.
Jimmy's laugh is my favorite.
I'm going to pull this one up. Well, everybody, it's been a record-breaking year for the state of New Jersey. 80 million plus impressions, not counting Instagram and the website. Wow. We've made no money on that TikTok. Those views, mind you.
One day.
But maybe one day.
One day.
But with that, we wish you a very happy and healthy new year. I hope that all your wildest dreams come true in 2023. Yeah.
Hey, drive sober. Don't get pulled over.
Drive sober or get pulled over.
Be a deer.
What did I say?
Drive sober, don't get pulled over.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's what you said.
that-
It is drive sober or get pulled over.
Yeah, but if you drive sober, don't get pulled over.
No, you said drive.
You know what I meant.
I love how sad people get on YouTube video comments of songs.
Because they're memories, Josh.
Someone said, this is one of those rare special pieces that is both hauntingly familiar and always nostalgic when you hear it. Which is true. I don't know. Auld Lang Syne makes me feel like weirdly like it is a nostalgic song.
Yeah.
But it's because you affiliate with New Year's and like the end of the year, family. Do you know this song, Chomik?
I do. I just don't know where from. I just always remember hearing it.
It's a good one. Well,
It kind of sounds like Grand Old Flag if you like.
someone said in Japan they always play this when a store is going to close. I love that.
Oh, we're not closing, guys. Don't worry. I thought you were gonna play some heavy rock music. Like we're driving into the sunset on our motorcycles right now, ending the year off strong. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, since you asked for it, I just would like to say as we close out 2022, let's get into it. This year, turn it up.
I can edit it.
Boys, this year was record-breaking. We saw New Jersey, the entire state of New Jersey, come together for the Garden State podcast. We've been selling t-shirts and hoodies, and it's time to say goodbye.
Rock on. Rock and roll.
Open up this pit. We're going to get a circle pit going on the Garden State Parkway tonight. Let's go, boys. All right, good night, everybody. We'll talk to you next year. All right, bye.
Later.
You're listening to the Garden State. The Dirty Jers.